To the channel Game Tech and Music, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Today we will discuss about the Premier League matches held on Game Week 1st. Let's see the matches which were there on Game Week 1st. There was Liverpool versus Norwich, West Ham United versus Manchester City, Bournemouth versus Sheffield United, Burnley versus Southampton, Crystal Palace versus Everton, Watford versus Brighton, Tottenham versus Aston Villa, Leicester City versus Wolverhampton, Newcastle United versus Arsenal, and finally Manchester United versus Chelsea. The first game was Liverpool versus Norwich, where Liverpool scored 4 goals and conceded 1. If we talk about Liverpool versus Norwich City, then the history is repeated once again. In the Premier League history, there is only one season where the season started with an own goal, and the season 2019-20 is again repeated with the history that it is again started with own goal. We can see the goal over here. Scored Van Dijk scored a goal, Origi scored 1 goal, Salah scored 1 goal, and Hanley from Norwich scored 1 goal for Liverpool, which is the history. And on the Norwich side, Pukki scored a goal, sympathy goal. The total score was 4-1, and yellow cards were booked by Buendia and Leitner. Alisson made 2 saves and Adrian made 2 saves. On the game, Alisson had a knee injury, so that he will be on the bench for some of the PL matches. Now let's talk about Manchester City versus West Ham United, another match with a bang. The first hat-trick of the season made by the Raheem Sterling. He scored hat-trick, and Aguero with a penalty, and Gabriel Jesus with 1 goal. And Mahrez made 3 assists, Walker made 1 assist, and De Bruyne made 1 assist. And yellow cards were booked by Kyle Walker and Raheem Sterling from Manchester City side, and Balbuena and Philip Anderson from West Ham United side. Another great match was Manchester United versus Chelsea. Last year Manchester United were in the 6th of the table, but now they started match with some fire, some energy on the team, and some potential on the team. Marcus Rashford scored a brace, and 1 goal with Martial, and 1 goal with James. Pogba made 2 assists, and Andre Pereira made 1 assist. Yellow cards were booked by Victor Lindelof, Martial, and Lingard. On the Chelsea side, it was booked by Jorginho, Kante, Zouma, and Abraham. David De Gea made 7 saves. Kepa is conceded 4 goals. Let's talk about Tottenham versus Aston Villa. Last year Aston Villa didn't play Premier League. It was on the first division. They made themselves in the Premier League in this season. Let's talk about Tottenham versus Aston Villa, where Aston Villa made a great comeback of the season, first comeback of the season, where Harry Kane scored a brace and Ndombele scored with 1 goal. The first goal was scored by Aston Villa by McGinn, and Tottenham scored all 3 goals in the second half, and assists were made by Lucas Moura, Sissoko, and on the Aston Villa side it was made by Mings, and yellow card was booked only by Eric Lamela. Loris made 3 saves and Hayton made 3 saves. Let's talk about Bournemouth and Sheffield United. Bournemouth and Sheffield United game ended with 1-1 tie, and Mefam scored from Bournemouth, and Sharp scored for Sheffield United, and assist was made by Wilson. Yellow cards were booked by Adam Smith, Fraser, and Fleck. And Ramsdale made 2 saves and Henderson made 2 saves. And if we talk about game week 2nd, it's Arsenal versus Burnley, Aston Villa versus Bournemouth, Brighton versus West Ham United, Everton versus Watford, Norwich versus Newcastle United, Southampton versus Liverpool, Manchester City versus Tottenham, the great match of the game week 2nd, Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace, Chelsea versus Leicester City, and Wolverhampton versus Manchester United. So stay tuned for the next analysis, next updates, and next news for the Premier League. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.